the Maple Leafs -200 in the Shark Tank. The Sharks are +170. The over under 6.5 here. The Leafs are coming off an abysmal effort against the Golden Knights. I say that with a lot of pride. Bad start to every period. They've been a little snake bit in the terms of Mitch Marner has 1 goal. I think Austin Matthews got 1 goal.
Yeah, that line, I saw people saying they were quiet in that game. I don't know what they watched. I thought that was to tie this to what's going to be my play on that game. It was 3 out of 4 shifts the Leafs would get pummeled, and that line would come out, pin them the whole shift, regardless of who the Knights had out. And then the rest of the game was terrible, which ties into what I'm thinking is my favorite play on this contest.
The thing with the Leafs that's showing up, and this is something I thought was true, is just like their bottom 6 depth and their blue line depth. Like, it's just there's been a lot of injuries and to the blue line, and that happens to teams over the NHL season. But they basically planned their roster around everything breaking right health wise, and it just hasn't. So now you got Victor Mete playing big minutes. You can say what you want about him. He's a number 7 defenseman, basically at best at this point. Like, he can move the puck, he can skate, sure. And he's not alone, like, in terms of like spare parts playing. Like, Philip Kral is up now, and Justin Holl's not good. So there's just too many weak links on the defense, and then that bottom 6 is they just haven't gelled yet. Perhaps they will. Zach Aston Reese and Obey Coupel, who's been scratched. Like, maybe they'll click at some point. But
there's one thing I would dump on. I get that it worked against Winnipeg. It looks sweet because Simmons somehow threw like some pass into the slot that never should have worked, and it works. And they score, whatever. But if one thing I kind of feel like I've lost disrespect on, I don't really see why they're playing Kyle Clifford and Wayne Simmons. I don't think they're both going to play this next game, but their bottom 6 is good because they can control play, because of what they do compared to other teams. I just don't think the Leafs have that side of their game, and they need to just live with that. Like, you can't just play lesser players just because you want to have that edge to your game. So I think that'll be something to watch moving forward. I still think their bottom 2 lines are going to control play at an above average rate in the NHL this year, especially versus teams like San Jose, but we'll see.
I think the Sharks are like the value side. I'm not going to bet it yet. We'll see where this number goes, but I just think there's also a possibility here that the Leafs are kind of weathering a storm and waiting to see what management does with the coach. A little bit doesn't seem like they're not starting periods on time. They're not starting games on time, and they're just like, and this is eye test and narrative stuff, and I get it, but like, it just seems like there's times where you watch a game and they just look disinterested. I mean, look, that Coyotes game was Exhibit A. I think the Knights game was Exhibit B. So
yeah,
I just don't think you can bet on Toronto, especially in a spot like this on the road in San Jose, like against a bad team, and you can bet on them and be confident you're going to get their best effort. Now, if they were playing Colorado, like, you could say they're going to get the best effort, and when the Leafs play their best effort, like they give a best effort, they can beat anyone in the league. But I can't lay it with this team. I know you have a different way to attack them, though.
Yeah, I have 2 guys I want to attack in this game. I think me and my followers were pissed off last night because Timo Meier, anytime goals a guy, he's due to break through. He's got like 100 shot attempts this year, and albeit half them last night, I swear he was just fucking with us because he's like, some of the shot attempts are downright comical. But I think he'll be about +150 to score in this game. I think the breakthrough's coming. Could be in this one, which could be a sneaky high scoring game, I think, with Toronto's defense, Toronto's goaltending. And then Austin Matthews, the price might not be there. I still think you need plus money to bet on him to score anytime, but that's definitely one that I'm going to keep my eye on. I liked his game the other night. He should have scored, hit the goalie, the crossbar, and the post. So whatever, it's coming. I still think he's the best goal scorer alive. And depending on what prices we see tomorrow, it's a good time to get in on that. So yeah, for me, I'm going to be watching Timo Meier and Matthews anytime goals in that game.